Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
morning.
audible now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the today's topic is basics of arrest provisions under the GST law, and basically the today's content will be more on Section 69 of the GST Act, Section 132, and other relevant section of the GST law. So basically, the objective of this topic was because I think from last the day when the GST was implemented from last 6 years, but still from last 2 to 3 years, we are able to see that there are a lot of summons which are issued and a lot of where the officers are contesting that you will be arrested in case if you don't comply. All that we are able to see in the day-to-day proceedings. So we have to understand when the arrest is applicable, what are the provisions pertaining to the arrest, what are the kind of offenses, and so that it can assist us when we are representing, especially before the summons proceedings or any other adjudication proceedings. Generally, these arrest provisions are taken care by the legal counsels at the when it has to be seek before the court and all. But still, from the perspective as a professional, from the taxpayer perspective, I'll be trying to highlight on the basic provisions of this arrest under the GST law. And in between, if there is any issues, we can discuss on that aspect also. So basically, before reading into this section, I was just trying to see any definition of arrest is provided in the GST law. There is no such specific definition is there in the GST law, but it is given in other laws stating that arrest implies taking into custody a person under some lawful command or authority. So section 69 deals with the power to arrest. So 69(1) says where the commissioner has reasons to believe that a person has committed any offense specified in clause A, B, C, or D of subsection 1 of section 132, which is punishable under clause 1 or 2 of subsection 1 or subsection 2 of the said section, he may by order authorize any officer of central tax to arrest such person. So just try to divide this section into subparts. So first is we have to understand the reference of commissioner in 69 subsection 1. So if we read the definition of section 2 subsection 24, it says commissioner means the commissioner of central tax and also includes principal commissioner of central tax appointed under section 3 and commissioner of integrated tax appointed under IGST Act. So the reference of definition of commissioner we can refer, and accordingly we can say that commissioner is a person who should have the reasons to believe. So that is the second aspect. Before going into that, it also says it can authorize any officer of central tax to arrest such person. So is it the power is delegated, or is it is authorizing the officer to arrest a person? So basically, according to my understanding of the section, whatever this 5 and 6 and reference of this section 16 and 1, it says authorize any officer of central tax. So I think the authorization for arrest is with the commissioner. Only the process of arrest will be complied by the authorized officer and not by any officer. So if I read authorize any officer, so can it be any officer of central tax who can do the arrest? So this was one aspect, but we have to read in together authorize any officer. So it should be an authorized officer or proper officer as specified in the respective notification, but it should not be any officer. So it should be authorized officer of central tax to arrest a person. So this is the first aspect of this delegation. So my issue is whether it can be delegated. According to me, no, and it should be only by authorized officer. Anybody has on any other aspect that whether this process can be delegated? Sorry, whether this authorization can be delegated? Any other member has any other view on this? Otherwise, I will proceed.
Any officer, authorized officer, you are saying is same as proper officer.
That because sir, 69 it is saying authorize any officer of central tax. So the word
there is one deputy commissioner who is 50 kgs. There is one CTO who is 90 kgs and a strong person. So who they will authorize?
They can.
Madam,
yeah.
Executing a warrant.
Okay.
is different from person having authority under the section. It is the commissioner, Shikha madam only who will authorize.
Yes. Okay, sir. Okay.
He
So it,
should have reasons to believe. But
okay.
she can send CTO, inspector,
Huh.
vigilance, enforcement, audit.
Huh.
She can send anybody who she feels is capable to catch one big, strong person like Venugopal
Okay.
and execute the warrant. Sir,
Yes.
personality ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು authorization ಕೊಡಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So,
It's not, it is capacity and not designation.
okay, sir. Okay. So this was one point I just wanted to.
And only thing, don't read the section and don't teach us the section wordings. Your learnings you should please share.
Yes, sir. Because I just wanted to concentrate on that authorize any officer. So I just try to stress upon that. Yes, sir. Then the next is, I think, reasons to believe is based on it should, whenever the commissioner authorizes, it should be based on credible material, and there should be some evidence to prove that there is a arrest provision can be enforced. So based on that, reason to believe is very important, and based on reason, it should not be on some suspicion or some rumor. It should be based on some substantial evidence so that the arrest provisions can be enforced. The next is, before understanding this arrest provision, I think most of us know what is bailable and non-bailable offense. But in simple, we have to understand, see, non-bailable is read along with this cognizable offense, and bailable and non-cognizable are the offenses which are read together generally when we are looking into the section 132 and 69 of the GST Act. So in simple, the non-bailable offense are the one which are where there is an arrest without warrant, whereas in bailable offense, it is a no arrest without a warrant. So warrant is required to arrest a person under bailable and non-cognizable. And basically, this non-bailable are very serious in nature, and whereas bailable are quite less serious in nature. And in non-bailable, warrant from court is not required for arrest. Anyway, I have told this aspect. And it can be investigated even without magistration permission, whereas in bailable, it cannot investigate without magistrate permission. So these are the certain differences between non-bailable and bailable offense. Now, next aspect is, as we are reading, the first aspect is 69(1), and they are also specifying what are the offenses which are covered under 132. So I'm not reading that. I'll not try to read that section. I'll just try to say what are covered under 132, 1B, C, and D. Most of you would have read that, but basically, in brief, I can say that if there is any supply of goods without invoice, or if there is any issue of invoice without any supply of goods, or if there is a availment of input tax credit based on the section B of this 132 1B, or fraudulently he has availed the input tax credit, or if the accusee has collected any amount and not paid the taxes to the government within beyond a period of 3 days from the date when the payment was due. So these are the four offenses which are covered under 69(1) of the GST Act. So this is what they have referred here. So one, clause A, clause B, clause C, and clause D of section 132(1). Now next is 69(2), which also refers that it is when a person is arrested under one, that is, if a person is arrested based on the offense under 132(1) to A, B, C, D, and the offense specified under 5 of 132. So what 132(5) says, whatever the offenses specified under clause A, B, C, D, they are punishable and they are non-bailable offenses. So basically that is what it has been referred in 69(2) with reference to 132(5). So the very important point we have to remember here is we should read that and punishable under clause 1. So if we read clause 1 of 132, it says that wherever the tax evaded or wherever the wrong input tax claimed or wrong erroneous refund is above 5 crore, then there is an imprisonment not exceeding 5 years with a fine. So this 69(2) is applicable when there is a evasion above tax above 5 crore, and it is applicable for clause A, B, C, D, and it is non-bailable and cognizable. Now, the first aspect we have to try to understand is in 69(2), it says it shall inform such person the grounds of arrest. So whether the grounds of arrest and reasons to believe, because we read in 69(1) that commissioner should have reasons to believe. And secondly, it also says that whenever the person is arrested, the grounds of offense should be intimated. So whether they have to be same, or whether they can be different, or whether it has to be on factual basis. So what I understand that it has to be whatever the reasons to believe is there for arresting a person, there should also be a grounds of arrest. Say, for example, if a person is doing a fraud, circular trading, based on that, there is a reason to believe that he has to be arrested. So when the grounds of arrest a person has to specify, he also has to specify why there is a reason to arrest a person. So I think it are not mutually exclusive. It should be the same. Whatever the reasons to believe and grounds of arrest should be the similar. It should be the same, and it should not be mutually exclusive. And second aspect is whether it should be recorded in writing, whether it should be intimated to the person, because it says 69(2) says it should inform such person the grounds of arrest. Whereas in one of the decision of P.V. Ramana Reddy, that Supreme Court judgment, one of the paras says that it was held that if the reasons to believe that a person has committed any offense, warranting his arrest, though found in the file, but it is not disclosed in the order authorizing the arrest, the same is enough, and it is not required to be recorded in the order of authorization. So they are saying, even though it is not there in the order of authorization, but if it is found in the file, that will suffice that there is a existence of reasons to believe, and accordingly it is fulfilling the condition of 69(2). And basically, it cannot be something oral. It should be always in writing. It should be communicated if required. Otherwise, it will be. It is not necessary to communicate in the arrest memo, but it will be available in the file. So that is one aspect I was able to read when I was reading 69(1) and 69(2). Then next aspect is 69(3). where it says that 69(3)(a), where it says that where a person is arrested under subsection 1 of 69, any offense specified under subsection 4 of 132. So 132 subsection 5 are dealing with all the clauses of A, B, C, D of that subsection, whereas 132(4) says that all offenses except the offenses referred under 5. So under 5 we have A, B, C, D. Other than that, whatever the offenses are there, that will be non-cognizable and bailable. Now the aspect is 69(1) is covering only A, B, C, D. So what will be the clauses which will be covered under 69(3)(a) and 69(3)(b)? So 69(3)(a) says that where a person is arrested under subsection 1, that is for clause A, B, C, and offense is specified under 4. So under 4, it is non-cognizable and bailable. So basically, it will cover the clause of the range of between 2 crore to 5 crore. That is because in 132, we have 4 clauses for imprisonment and fine. So clause 1 says if it is above 5 crore, if the tax evasion is above 5 crore, then the imprisonment will be not exceeding 5 years plus fine. And if the tax evasion is in the range of 2 crore to 5 crore, then it will be, the arrest will be not more than 3 years. So the arrest is not exceeding 3 years. So basically, if we read that, it is saying that it is in the range of this clause is covered only for the clause 2 and not clause 1, because clause 1 is already covered above. So this is covering the clause 2 of 132. Then it says that where a person is arrested for an offense, he shall be admitted to bail or in default of bail forwarded to the custody of magistrate. So while I was reading this, I was saying when it is bailable, why he will be forwarded to the custody of magistrate? So my reading was he will be admitted to bail or in default of bail. So what is this default to bail? So when I was reading this, admitted to bail and forwarded to the custody of magistrate, I said this may not be applicable for bailable offense. Then I was reading again in break, and I was saying that he shall be admitted to bail, we have to stop, or in default of bail, that is, I think if he has not deposited a pre-deposit, or I want to understand from sir also how to read this in default of bail, then he will be forwarded to the custody of magistrate. So that is what, while I was reading, I thought I will write here also together. So either he will be admitted to bail, or if there is a default in bail, then only he will be forwarded to the custody of magistrate. And the second aspect is, in case of this bailable offense, the deputy commissioner or assistant commissioner will be acting as a police officer for releasing an arrested person on a bail, and he will have the same powers as a officer in charge of a police station. So this is what the 69(3)(a). So basically, my understanding of 69(3)(a) and 3(b) says it is applicable for clause 2 of 132, and I just want to have sir views on in default of bail, sir. Because I was saying why he will be forwarded to the custody of magistrate, because this is applicable only in the case of non-bailable offense and not for the bailable offense.
So here what happens is above 5 crores, arrest and bail will be decided by magistrate.
Yes, sir.
When will ACDC give bail? It
Yes.
has to be where it is not decided by magistrate. So
Yes.
below 5 crores is ACDC will arrest and immediately release the person on bail.
Yes.
What is bail? Bail is on some surety or security person undertakes to be produced whenever required in trial.
Yes, sir.
So ACDC will place the person on arrest
Yes, sir.
and the ACDC himself will release the person on bail. And if the person, the detainee, is not able to meet the bail conditions,
Okay.
get 4 people from a city of good reputation to come and sign that you will be produced whenever called upon.
Yes,
He
sir.
says, I cannot find 4 people, I can find only 3 people from Bangalore Study Group.
Okay, sir.
Then he is not satisfied the conditions.
Okay.
So because he can't satisfy the conditions, he has to be produced before magistrate. Magistrate will now see whether new conditions can be imposed to enlarge the person on bail, or he must be taken into custody. And since it is below 5 crores, magistrate will straight away consider modifying and enlarging on bail other than taking him to custody.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
So this is the issue that is the debated thing. Below 5 crores also, can a person be arrested?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Because the person arresting himself can release on bail, it is treated as if arresting below 5 crores is therefore not necessary, therefore not even required.
Yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes. And next aspect.
Madam,
Yes,
Madam,
sir.
before you start, can I ask one question? In a small Roman 3 of 132.1, if
Can
the
we,
above-
sir, I will be taking on 132, and then can you raise the issue, sir? Because I'll be talking on 132 also now.
So actually, it is connected with 69.1.
Yes, 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 sir.
69.1
It is-
refers to only clause 1,
Yes, sir,
Roman
you
1
can
and
ask.
Roman 2 of
Yeah,
132.
you can ask. I will try to. Yes.
Yeah, so Roman 3 is, I don't know why, I initially thought it is a maybe defect in the provision, but so far it is not amended. It covers only Roman 1 and Roman 2 of 132, where the amount of evasion is 2 crore plus, up to it can go beyond
Yeah,
2 crore or
I'll come
5
to
crore
that.
also.
I'll come to that, sir. Is it? I'll come to that when I'm
Sure,
talking.
sure, no
I'll
problem.
just take your questions. Yeah. So next aspect is before going into 132, I was there was also a decision which I was just trying to see whether this was challenged before the court. So this section 69, which gives a power to arrest, was challenged in one of the decision of Dhruv Krishan Maggu versus Union of India, where they have said that they are unconstitutional because these are the provisions of criminal nature, and it doesn't fall within the provision of within the Article 246A of the Constitution of India. So basically, they were trying to challenge that it doesn't fall within the scope of Constitution amendment which has taken place by way of Article 246A, and basically this is beyond the powers of Article 246A. So the petitioner was saying that as it is not falling within the purview of Article 246A, it should not be enforced under the GST law. So therefore, it was concluded that it's a unique tax, and all this power as well as field of legislation are to be found in Article 246A. And it gives all the powers, not only from the machinery provisions, even these administrative provisions, including the power to arrest and other other sections. So all that powers are given under Article 246A, and accordingly, it also includes the power to enact this criminal law with regarding to the GST. So this is what one of the decision I thought before talking on it. It was also challenged before the court, and it has said it is coming within the purview of Article 246A. Now, next is this offense. What we were discussing is, one thing is I was just trying to see the amendment also, what has taken place in 2020, 2021, 2023. All that amendment I was just trying to look into from the perspective of offense. So one aspect is like this fraudulently avails input tax credit without any invoice or bill was covered under entry 6. Sorry, entry 5, that is E. It was covered under in a bailable offense, but now that they have brought under non-bailable offense. So fraudulently avails input tax credit was earlier under this evades tax or fraudulently avails input tax credit. Now they brought under this. So my issue here was, while I was trying to read this, why they brought it under, because anyway, there is an intention to evade the taxes there. So avails input tax credit using such invoice or bill, which is referred under clause B, and or fraudulently avails ITC without any invoice or bill is covered. So why, or can they would have used this reference of A here, or is it like something, what was the intention to bring this? Suddenly, I am able to see that that change has been brought to make it as a non-bailable offense, fraudulently avails input tax credit, because already we have this using such invoice or bill. So generally this will take care of that, sir. So why again this they have added here?
Okay, from E it is moved to C.
Yes, sir.
We understand the purpose of moving it to C, because if it is in E, then there is no cause of action to be taken.
Yes, sir.
By having placed it in C, are you saying there is any duplication in A?
Because see, if we
in A and C, is there any duplication?
Because it is saying fraudulently avails ITC, and here
in A and C, is there duplication or there is no duplication?
No duplications.
That's all. We don't have to see, we don't have to find a mistake when there is no mistake.
No,
there is no duplication.
Yes, sir. I just trying to understand why they brought from non-billable to billable. Sorry, billable to non-billable.
Because fraudulently taking ITC without any invoice, see, with the fake invoice taking credit is one thing, but without invoice, just take round figure 1 crore, take round figure 5 crore.
Okay.
Because it was in E, therefore no arrest immediately. Move it to C. If they discovered, see, the ingredients of a crime have to be very specific. Claiming credit based on a real invoice without an actual supply is different from claiming credit without an invoice.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, sir.
So therefore, it is brought into clause E, and in clause C, because there is no overlap when it was in clause E also.
Yes, sir.
Now moved it into clause C, still there is no overlap. There is no duplication, surplus, or unnecessary wordings used anywhere.
Yes, sir.
So
only thing they brought without any invoice or bill here. That's why I was just trying to read this, sir. Because earlier
there is a फर्जी invoice में credit लेना अलग बात है. There is taking credit based on a fictitious invoice. Yes. There is another thing is to take credit without an invoice.
Okay. Okay. So that one thought.
If anyone wants to take simply round figure credit 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 50 lakhs, etc., take it, no problem. Take it below 5 crores.
Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. So that is a one aspect, sir. And second aspect is like this quantum which has been specified. It says that it is exceeding 5 crore, then there is an imprisonment of 5 years with fine, and it is cognizable and non-bailable. And if it is within the range of 2 crores to 5 crore, 3 years with fine, it is non-cognizable and bailable. There is one more amendment which has happened in 2023, sir. So where they have, earlier it was for all the other offenses, but now they have restricted only to 132(1)(b), where it says that if it is exceeding 1 crore and not exceeding 2 crore, then the imprisonment will be up to 1 year with a fine, and it is non-cognizable and bailable. It is saying for section 132 1B. So this is only where you're issuing the invoice. Basically, it is a circular trading where they are trying to cover, even if it is exceeding 1 crore, they can impose the arrest provision.
No, see, arrest now after 69(2).
Yes, sir.
Arrest now is only above 5 crore.
Yes, sir.
Below 5 crore is anyway default bail.
Yes, sir.
So above, so this amendment in red color 131B is more stringent or less stringent now?
Yes, sir.
According to you, is it more stringent or less stringent after this amendment?
It is welcome. It is good amendment, sir. It is
less stringent.
Less, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's all. So therefore, they will now proceed on this basis to see what is.
Yes.
That's
yes.
And anyway, there is no arrest here.
Yes,
because only 1 year of imprisonment.
Yes, sir. No arrest. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes. And if he has convicted an offense and if it is continuous even for the second and subsequent offense, then they can extend to 5 years with the fine. That is, if it is a repetitive offense, then they can extend to up to 5 years with the fine under 132 subsection 2 of the GST Act. So here also it will be imprisonment, which may extend to 5 years. And it is, according to me, even this will be non-cognizable and bailable, sir, though it is extending to 5 years. Or depending upon the offenser, because while I was reading this, I was able to understand that they are saying which may extend to 5 years. So we don't know whether it will be depending upon the quantum of amount, and I think it will be decided whether it is a cognizable or non-cognizable, right, sir?
You're right, ma'am. You're right.
Yes. The next is these are the certain other offenses which are covering pertaining to this evades tax, all this acquire possession receives. So here also it is non-cognizable because it is not covering in ABCD. So it will become bailable and non-cognizable. So all that range is there. So this is there. Then this has been deleted from 2023. This entry has been deleted. And there is one more, only clause L is there because this is also deleted. G is deleted, J is deleted. So now we have only F in that clause. So that is the fourth clause of this 132. 1, 2, 3, 4, that is D. So falses or substitute financial records or produces fake accounts or documents or furnishes any false information. So only this offense is there in that where they can go for imprisonment up to 6 months or fine, and it is non-cognizable and bailable. So depending upon the type of offense and the quantum and the type of offense, it will be decided the amount evaded, punishment, and whether it is a cognizable and non-cognizable. So these are the certain, and there is also amendment in this clause L also, where earlier it was referring to all the clauses. Now they have restricted to clause A to F and clause H to I, and they have removed G, A, J. So that's why they have brought it specifically. Only my doubt here is, sir, because there is a attempt to commit or abets the commission of any offense mentioned in clause A to F and clause H to I in this section. So already we have this section, sir, 132 1B is already there, sir. So why this was not removed here, sir, actually? Because there is a specific clause, sir. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, F it is there, G is not there, H and I is there. So any exception was required for B here, sir, because there is a specific B is already there, sir.
It is there. So in G there is no abatement is possible, no?
Yes, sir. G.
Correct, no?
Yes, sir. G is removed now.
Correct. So there can't be any abatement connected to this, no? So it will stop at F.
Okay, sir. Okay. So these are the type of offenses. Ganesh, now can you ask? And one more, before going into that, it also says 1 minute. It also says that if the imprisonment is referred in clause 1, 2, and 3, that is 5 crores, 2 to 5 crores, and above 1 crore of subsection 1 and subsection 2. The imprisonment will be minimum 6 months unless the special and advocate reasons are given. So the issue is it is not covering 4 because 4 is giving anyway the period of not less than 6 months. So it is taking from the clauses 1, 2, and 3, sir. So I think that is what my understanding, sir. So wherever, like, for example, if it is above 5 crore and I want to imprison a person, it should not be like 1 or 2 months. It should be minimum at least 6 months in that aspect, right, sir? So that is what, unless a special or advocate reasons are given against that offense.
So one thing we have to keep in mind, one thing we have to keep in mind,
yes, sir.
The legislature is not trying to dictate to judiciary how much they should punishment they should award.
Okay, sir.
They are saying that it should not be below 6 months. Then don't, if it is 8 months, then don't give any special reasons.
Okay.
But if you're deciding that it has to be less than 6 months, give reasons and give only less than 6 months also.
Okay.
Because judiciary should have the discretion to decide what needs to be done.
Okay, sir. Yes, got it. Yes, Ganesh, sir.
Yes, madam. Just 69(1) power to arrest. It is restricted to only Roman 1 and Roman 2 of 132(1). I am not able to understand why Roman 3 is not included. Does it mean if any offense involving up to 2 crore, 1 to 2 crore, there's no power?
See, as per yes, sir. As per my reading is, this will be like before pre-trial is there for clause 1 and clause 2, and for clause 3 and clause 4, it will be directly by the economic offense. So here under 69, only 1 and 2 is covered.
Outside the GST law,
yes,
CRPC.
Yes, yes, sir. So 3rd and 4th, according to me. Yes. Yeah. Sir, any other thoughts?
See, basically, arrest.
Yes.
Arrest is not. Sorry about the background noise. Arrest is not the same as sentence.
Yes, sir.
Arrest is only to identify the person who should be prosecuted.
Yes.
So that is why in clause 3, there is no need for pre-trial arrest. Straight away launch the trial and then produce him before magistrate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is the one aspect. The next is actually very basic doubt, sir. Actually, when I read, actually I got it. Though I'm clear. Once I read twice, then I got little clarity on that. But just wanted to say, whenever they are going to quantify that amount, whether this like 5 crores, whatever we are quantifying, because in few of the cases I have seen that officer says, no, it is exceeding 6 crore, 7 crore above, including interest, all that. So according to me, it should be only the tax and it should not be including the interest and penalty. And there is also a definition in 132 where they are specifically defined what is the tax. It shall include the amount of tax evaded or amount of ITC wrongly availed or utilized or refund wrongly taken. So according to me, this quantification, whatever we are going to look of that 5 crore, it should be only tax, and even that section clause 1, 2, 3 also use the word tax evaded. So according to me, it is only the tax quantum, sir, and it is not interest and penalty, sir. Because few times I've seen that when the officer is calculating, they are including interest and then they are saying, no, it is exceeding 5 crore. So this is my thought process on that, sir. Is it fine, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Now, if the officer makes a mistake, there is a 1 crore of fake invoice.
Yes, sir.
But there is a 6 crore of 2A 3B mismatch. Can the person be arrested?
No, sir. No, sir. So that was one. Yes, sir, that was one aspect. And second, actually, while I was reading that, I also got whether this 5 crore, are they going to quantify per year or it will be for the period of investigation? Because in one of the scenario where they have issued the summons for 3 years and they are saying that it is exceeding 5 crore. If I calculate every year, it is coming around 1.5 to 2 crores, sir. But if I'm calculating for the period of investigation, it is coming above 5 crores, sir. So my issue was, it is a quite little, I don't know, basic doubt, or is it, I'm thinking more on that. It should be quantified per year or it should be for the period of investigation, sir. Because my view is it will be for the period of investigation, sir.
Correct, I agree with you.
Yes, sir. So that was a one query I was getting when I was thinking. And second is whether it will be GSTN wise or PAN based, because it has a different place of business in different states. So whether they are going to see that transaction is taking place between two states, so whether they are going to calculate based on the turnover of the two states, or whether it will be GSTN wise. According to my view, it was GSTN wise based, sir. And I was also reading in one of the instruction of 2 and 3 also, 2 and 4 also, there they were referring GSTN wise. Some reference was there. Apart from that also, I believe, sir, it will be GSTN wise based and not PAN based.
See, if there is a multi-PAN offense being committed,
yes, until there are
in order, so
One-
in order to,
one second, sorry. Yes, sir. आगे बंद कर दीजिए. हाँ. अच्छा. हाँ, बोलिए. Sorry, sir. Hello. Sorry, sir. हाँ, sir.
if there is a multi-GSTIN offense being conducted, they will not just arrest the person for Karnataka and then leave him for Tamil Nadu. They will form an interstate coordination committee team, and maybe together they will prosecute for everything put together. Then every state 2 crores they will do, they'll get away with some big offenses.
Okay. Okay, sir. Then I think they will fall in that. Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Because 132.1 starting it says whoever commits, whoever according to me can include a person PAN based across the country.
Yeah, because we'll just try to read this 132 in detail. It got amended, I think 38th council meeting. So one of the council meeting they have amended, where it was like whoever commits any of the following offenses was there. Now they have extended saying that whoever commits or causes to commit and retain the benefit arising out of. So the very section says it can be applicable even to a person who is registered, unregistered, whoever is committing that offense is within the purview of 132. Now the second aspect is causes to commit. So is it, what do you mean by causes to commit? Say, for example, I'm just taking a case of a chartered accountant. And if he is assisting the client, say, for example, if he's assisting the client for giving an opinion or for filing the returns or filing the reply, he's just assisting the client for the compliances. But he's aware that he's doing certain circular trading transaction also. But for him, he's doing from his compliance perspective of filing the returns and doing other compliances. So he's assisting the client. Whereas causes to commit is, for example, if that CA is having some 4 or 5 clients and he's trying to arrange the circular tradings between those clients, then according to me, that will be a causes to commit. And that, so there is a difference between a CA assisting the client or CA causes to commit. I'm just giving an example. It can be any profession also. So that can be covered under causes to commit. And retain the benefit is, because as a CA, if I'm getting some benefit out of this transaction and I'm retaining that benefit, I think even that also will fall within 132. So I was just trying to read one of the case of this lawyer also. So here also they were saying that he has not directly or indirectly dealt with that consignment. He has just applied, he has represented as an advocate. And so therefore he cannot be said that he has caused that commit or he has retained that benefit. So according to me, as a chartered accountant, if we are handling any of our clients where they are committing this kind of offenses, I think to the extent of we are not in the range of causes to commit or retain the benefit, I think we can just try to differentiate between assisting and causes to commit. Sir.
But don't read causes to commit in isolation. Causes to commit and retains.
And retain.
It has to be.
Okay.
What is retain the benefit of the 5 crore offense?
Okay. And
in Surat, there was a case, there was a chartered accountant. He introduced one person who gives bills to another person for 25,000 rupees fees. They said he's causing to commit and retaining the benefit. Benefit of retaining of that offense should be retained. That's the important thing.
Okay, sir. So I should read it together. I was reading individually, sir. Okay, I will just, okay. Got it, sir. So yes, sir, you were saying something, sir, Ganesh, sir?
No, madam. No, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then next is just trying to understand the some basics of this anticipatory bail, regular bail, and default bail. So what is this anticipatory bail is? It is kind of a pre-arrest bail which is taken prior to the arrest, but it will be effective only from the time of arrest. And for this, we have to refer the 438 of CRPC code. So that is one anticipatory bail. And we also have what is regular bail also, because in few of the decision while I was reading, there was a anticipatory bail, interim bail, regular bail, default bail. So I just wanted to understand the basic of that. So what is a regular bail is, it is a post-arrest bail which is taken after the arrest, and it is generally attached with certain condition. And for that, we have to refer 437 of CRPC. Then default bail also was there in. So what is this default bail is? If charge sheet or private complaint is not filed within 60 days. So if it is a GST officer, he will be filing a private complaint. And if it is not filed within 60 days to the magistrate, then that arrestee is entitled to receive a default bail. So, sir, but in your book I was reading, sir, I don't know, I want to get a clarification on that. It was saying some as 90 days, sir. What was that 90 days, sir, in page 437?
Now you see, what 167, no?
Yeah, page 477. Yes, sir.
167.
Yes, sir. 167, sir. Yes, sir.
2, if you see the second proviso, it says where it is more than 90 days, that is 90 days is the maximum, where it is 10 years life or death penalty, then it is 90 days. All other cases it is 60 days.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So that was one point. Yes, sure. Yes. So I was just taking from your book, sir, certain aspect on that. And what are the factors which are affecting the bails also? I think this is from the perspective of officer, but as a brief, I thought we can just think on that. So generally, when they are giving the bail, they are going to look on the history of that accused person. They are going to see what are the chances of their tampering those evidences during the proceedings. How much pre-deposit of taxes are made by that accusee, or how they are cooperating during the summons proceedings or investigation. Are there any other evidence? There are any evidences against the accused, whether that procedure was not followed. There is certain procedure of CRPC which has to be followed during arrest, whether it is followed or not. So what is the gravity of offense? How much time he spent in the custody? So all this, I think there are certain factors which is there when they are granting the bail. This is not just for a thing. It is from the perspective of department, right? And court. So I was just this I've taken from some of the one of the study where I was doing. So I just took this flow to get a more analyzing of this prosecution process for offense under the GST Act for easy understanding. So whenever there is an investigation by the department, and then they will proceed for in case if they find that there is a reason to believe for arrest, then they will authorize for arrest from the commissioner, and then they proceed for the arrest. So if it is as it is a non-bailable offense, and it will be above 5 crores, so they will be produced before magistrate within 24 hours. And then there is a filing of complaint before the magistrate for this criminal prosecution. Then after that, the magistrate will take the cognizance of all this applicant and other evidences. Then there will be some pre-charge evidence will be there against it. Then they will frame the charges. Then after that charges, they will take the statement of accused also. Is there any defending evidence against that pre-charge evidence? Then after that, there will be either an order of conviction or there will be order of acquittal. So this is one process I was able to, for easy understanding, sir. And I also was reading from your book, the purpose of trial, how it moves on. So whenever there is a private complaint which is filed, that is nothing but your charge sheet, then it will be taken to a police, it will be taken as a police report, and they will frame a charge, and trial proceedings will be initiated, and after that judgment is passed. So this is the procedure where, sir, I...
No. 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
There is no charge sheet filed by the GST officer here. Charges will be framed by the magistrate.
Okay, so only FIR will be, sorry, private complaint will be by the officer, no, sir?
Officer will file a private complaint. Magistrate will decide whether the complaint has merit or not.
Okay, sir.
magistrate will not commence trials. In any of these cases, PV Ramana Reddy, have you followed the case
Yes.
whether prosecution trial has commenced?
It is by magistrate, sir. Hello.
Do you know if the trial has commenced in Ramana Reddy's case?
Trial has not commenced, sir.
Do you know any case where trial has commenced? So now, since it is not commenced in any case, what is the whole idea of this arrest? And what grounds can be taken for bail? Can you tell me one or two points?
I would just, what are the grounds you can take? Like, if there is no reason to believe, sir, that also can be a ground, sir. Or if his complaint is not, if he has not followed all the procedures of this.
SCN not issued.
SCN not issued. Yes, sir.
Now, if SCN itself is not issued, then what prosecution? Why a pre-trial arrest?
Yes, I think
they are saying he will tamper evidence.
Yes.
Once they have got the fake invoice,
yes.
What further evidence is there to be tampered?
Yes, sir. So there is no adjudication required, no, sir. So directly they can proceed for trial, no, sir.
No. Adjudication is independent of trial, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Adjudication is for tax, interest, penalties.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Prosecution is for. So now you see Circular 171.
Yes, sir.
The dealer B and C,
yes,
there
sir.
is only demand for penalty.
Yes, sir.
Dealer C is only penalty.
Yes,
if
sir.
only penalty has to be imposed by a prosecution for them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you contrast your presentation in the light of this examples in Circular 171.
Sir, I'm not able to hear, sir. What was the last point, sir?
In Circular 171,
yes, sir.
What is the consequence they are prescribing? Keeping in light of 171, you have to now identify whether arrest should be made for B and C or only A.
Sir, it will be only to the A, na, sir, who is a mastermind.
No,
yes.
you have to. A is not the mastermind.
Yes, sir.
There is one more Z who is the mastermind. So whether B and C can say in the bail application that they are only B and C, they are not A or Z.
No, sir, because they are also co-accused to that. So even they will fall under trial, na, sir.
The demand is only on penalty for them.
Yes. Okay.
No tax, no interest, no credit. The requirement of 131 ABC is that tax or credit to be demanded. No tax can be demanded under 171. No credit can be recovered under 171. Then how can the such people be arrested?
Okay.
You can contrast 132 with Circular 171 and identify.
Okay, sir.
Who should not be arrested? Who should be arrested?
Okay, sir. I will do on this, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. But I was reading as because if you read that whoever commit or retain the benefit. So I was reading like even the person who is B and C is also falling under that. That was my reading of 170. But I'll try to read in detail from the perspective of that circular, sir, and this 132 again, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. So, sir, so you want me to read?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, circular 170 with reference to 132, sir. So, I will just try to in detail, sir. Then I was also trying to read this 135 of this GST Act, which is a presumption of culpable mental state. So it is actually it will be always the revenue who has to prove that there is a culpable mental state. But in case of 135, it says that in case of any prosecution of any offense under this act, it requires that accusee should be has to prove that there is a no culpable mental state. So it includes like intention, motive, knowledge, all that. So basically, I think in this case, for any offense under 132, the accusee has to prove that there's no culpable mental state. So I think that is what I was able to connect with this 132 and 135, sir. So it is on the burden of proof is on the accusing, sir, and not on the department.
See, can you show me one clause in 132 that requires intention? See, is there any clause of 132, the table which you made, can you show me the words intention?
Sir, in here they are saying in A they have used intention to evade tax. They have used the word, sir.
Okay. Then where is there anything in clause where there is no intention? In clause C, is there intention?
Clause C, there is no intention, sir. Only in clause A they have used intentions. So this was little intention to evade tax is there. So that's why I thought.
See, you have to now see wherever intention is one of the additional ingredients of the definition of the offense.
Yes, sir.
Then 135 says the court shall presume the intention exists. If you refer Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary's judgment also, it is reverse burden.
Okay, sir.
So now courts can proceed. See, intention is a intangible ingredient. You agree, no?
Yes.
If somebody has evaded tax, there is a tangible evidence.
Yes.
Intention refers to the knowledge existing about the offense. So evasion must be shown, and intention to evade must be presumed, because there can be evasion out of ignorance also.
Yes, sir.
Somebody collects tax and does not pay the tax out of ignorance. Oh, I thought it was the due date was the 31st and 30th and not 20th. Can they say there was intention to evade it?
No, sir.
No, there was no. So therefore 135 says if the ingredient of an offense includes intention, prove the evasion, but presume the intention.
Okay, sir.
And since it is presumed, it is not assumed. So therefore it is only a rebuttable presumption.
Okay, sir.
Jatin sir, one related question. And under 73, 74, can officer take this position? He can presume there is a,
No,
tax
73 is the word intention appearing there.
No, sir, not appearing.
Then why?
But
Then why? No, why you are transplanting something from the original? You are reading something more words into 73. 73 says evade tax, not intention to evade tax.
Yes, sir.
74.
74 says, yeah.
Their actual evasion, here intention to evade.
Okay. So there is a presumption, right, on the part of the officer that there is a evasion of tax.
No. Evasion cannot be presumed.
Okay.
Evasion must be real. That is why it is said in RCM there cannot be an evasion of tax if it is creditable.
Sir, 135 says the court shall presume. So I think this is only for court proceedings, sir, not for adjudication.
Correct, madam. Wherever the word intention appears, that's why 74 does not have the word intention.
Yes. Sir.
You contrast all the 21 clauses of 122.1 with 132.1.
Yes, sir.
And see where the words are intention in 132 and intention is missing in 122.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even for that clause 4 also, sir, like clause D, if I see here. Comparison, only for this they have used intention. Here they have not used it.
Correct.
Okay. So next is then now like this has happened. So before going into 138, sir, one more doubt I had. So while reading this offense, even section 131, which says that confiscation or penalty will not to interfere with other punishment. So just for my understanding, sir, it is, though it is not directly linked with the offense, but just because they have referred the punishment in that section. So I thought, let me try to read in detail. So here it is saying, without prejudice to the provision of Code of Criminal Procedure, no confiscation made or penalty imposed under the provision of this act or rules made thereunder shall prevent the infliction of other punishment. So even this 132 is also a punishment to which the person is affected thereby is liable under the provision of this act or under any other law for the time being enforced. So my issue here is, sir, if even though there is a confiscation of goods or penalties imposed, it will not prevent the that officer to enforce the punishment. This is the first understanding what I had, sir. And second is, it is not only reading as provision of this act, it is also reading provision of any other law for the time being enforced. So I was just trying to read one of the decision to understand in detail of this 131. In one of the case of Govind Enterprise case, where they are saying that this section begins with without prejudice to the provision of Code of Criminal Procedure. So here in this in Govind Enterprise case, what has happened is the petitioner is saying that there cannot be any arrest under the GST Act because already this FIR is whatever the FIR which is filed under IPR has to be quashed because the proceedings under 132 is not complied. And also that is what the contention they were trying to say, because then revenue was trying to bring out this 131 and they were saying that it is without prejudice to the provision of IPC. So when it is coming to the without prejudice to the provision of IPC, it means they can even enforce either under IPC and under GST if they are the different offense. But if it is the same offense, then they can enforce either under the IPC or GST, sir. So this is what was so if the offenses are same, then the offenses can be prosecuted once. So that the theory of double jeopardy will not be applicable. So this is what I was just trying to read, sir. But only the thing is, I wanted to understand whether my understanding was correct from this perspective, sir. Other punishment to which they are referring, other punishment is 132, no, sir. So is liable under the provision of this act or under any other law. So that was one point I wanted.
Doubt
ಏನಂದ್ರೆ confiscation and penalty already GST ದಲ್ಲಿ impose ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So
we take example under 129 vehicle intercepted and penalty imposed 200%.
Yes, sir.
Then next, what is doubt?
Next is
can that person be prosecuted under 132?
132 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, sir.
Why the section is there, you tell me? The section is there so that when prosecution is launched, party does not come and say already 129 agoito. Now why one more 132?
Yes.
It is to make 132
enforce,
not to become redundant.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry, sir. That's what, because this was just a clarity, sir, because they referred under other law also, no, sir. So that's why I was just trying to read into, got confused.
Give me example of another law where this activity may give rise to a cause of action. Could example, one more law where this will give rise to a cause of action.
Sir, mineral and mines I was reading, and
what is the offense there? And so now you think about it, other law, what is another law where the same action can trigger consequences under that law? Take some law that we are familiar with, income tax.
Income tax we can take, no, sir, income tax and GST.
And they say, okay, you have done this transaction and you have not done TDS, so therefore they will launch prosecution under the income tax.
They will prosecute, sir. But if it is the same offense, can they do, sir, under the both the law? That was my question, sir, actually.
It is like, no. See, we have to understand what is the cause of action, what violation you have done. Is GST Act comprehensive law for all offenses under in the country? No.
No, sir.
It is an aspect theory.
Yes,
Where for the issuing invoice without supply, there is a violation under GST law. But for not reporting the income in income tax, there is a violation under income tax.
Yes, sir. Got it. Yeah. Yes. So that is a one aspect, sir. And before that, even like if the person is arrested, then can the option we can advise to our taxpayer or client, like they can opt for the compounding of offense also, because that is also the way they can go for compounding, and this can happen even prior to.
So you're admitting that the client has committed offense, huh?
In case if you think.
See, no, 1 minute. See what happens, person is arrested.
Yes, sir.
Person has filed for bail.
Yes, sir.
In the bail application, he has said he has not committed the offense.
Yes.
Then how you can go for 138?
We cannot go, sir. Only ways like either when it is.
No, 138 illa tumba late, madam. 138 is after, before institution of prosecution. That means bail is person is arrested.
Yes.
Bail is what do you say? Granted. Show cause notice is issued. Show cause notice adjudicated, confirming demand. First appeal also lost. Went to tribunal. Tribunal also lost. Now there is a chance that prosecution may be launched anytime soon.
Okay.
Around that time, you will go for 138. You don't go for 138 very urgently, because 138 is only once in lifetime.
I would once in lifetime, because
Somebody who gets arrested once, no, second, third time he's not he's very bold.
yes, sir.
So he may not want to lose this Kaun Banega Crorepati chance. Only one chance he has. So don't advise somebody to go to 138, because what if in GST 80 the demand gets dropped, saying it is not according to circular?
Okay.
So urgently you should not go for 138. 138 is something that has to be considered at the very last.
Okay, sir. But the wordings they have used is either you can go. They have given the choice before or after the institution of prosecution. So
normally what will happen? Commissioner only will call and say, anyway, everything is done. Mostly we are going to launch prosecution. Here is the papers. We are going to inform. Do you want to close these proceedings under 138? That time discussion will come.
Okay, sir.
So it is not something to give advice to client to immediately go for 138.
Yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So this is a one aspect, and here they are saying that it can be by principal. In one of the prosecution circular I was reading, sir, 4/2022, where they were saying that provides for compounding of offense by the principal commissioner, commissioner payment of compounded amount, and also they are saying that additional director general of DGGI. So even I think this offer can be given by these officers also, no, sir?
Correct, see, they are all same rank. In central GST, there are many commissioners. Okay. So, for clarity, see, if you say commissioner means commissioner of the board. There is only one commissioner, Nagendra Prasad, in the board, or Upendra Gupta in the board. But this principal commissioner is here. Yes, sir. Ajay Kumar Saxena, Panchankari. Yes, so therefore, that is what we did. ADG, principal ADG are also commissioner, principal commissioner rank. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes. So whenever, in case if they are opted for compounding, then the quantification is given in that. There's an amendment also in 2023. I think most of you are aware. They have reduced the quantum of that, and it will be 25% to 100%. And the second is one more here is they are saying that compounding allowed shall not affect the proceeding if any instituted under any other law. So this is also they have made it clear, sir, and it also allowed only after payment of tax, interest, and penalty. And they can even withdraw also. Tomorrow, if they find that this is with an intention to evade, they can withdraw their compounding. Yeah. So next is a few case laws, sir, I have just given as a reference, sir. I think I have to again read in detail after reading this provision, but just to bring out certain principles, what has been taken in some of the judgments, sir. One is this Rajneesh Jain, where they were saying that there was no notice for recovery of GST was issued. Like he was illegally arrested. So as he is arrested without giving any reasons to believe, so this was also one of the ground where the bail was granted, sir. Now, one minute. Now we will see here. Yes. Please explain illegally arrested. This was now you imagine the real case. See, all of us must imagine when we read this three lines, we will read okay, and we will not move ahead. Yes. Now you please pause and think how it is possible to illegally arrest. Is it they have not followed the procedure, sir? That can be. There was no warrant under 69(1). Yes. Okay. So now it means there was no arrest. They made him to come to department, made him sit in the department for 3 days. Urgently, he went to High Court.
Okay.
See, so to release a person, taxpayer from arrest provisions, a person taxpayer will take advantage of department's mistakes. Now, you know, in Mysore also, the state GST department has arrested people.
Yes, sir.
They had one big meeting in one auditorium, called some 30 dealers and said, all of you have been now placed under arrest.
Yes, sir.
And started recording statements from them.
Yes, sir.
But 30 dealers were not eventually arrested. They were all kept in that room, illegally detained. It is like kidnapping only.
Okay.
They locked that auditorium and said they are arrested and started recording their statements one by one. So this is a case, this appears to be a case where the person was arrested, was told that he is arrested, and party came to know that this appears to be without 16(1) warrant.
Okay, sir.
Without waiting for commissioner to come on record, without informing commissioner that a person has been arrested, they didn't go to trial court. They went straight to High Court.
Okay.
This is not JMFC.
Okay, sir.
They went straight to High Court and filed a complaint, a writ petition before High Court, saying that department has illegally kept this person in this in the office.
Okay.
And then they built a case. See, without assigning reason, you already read in Ramana Reddy.
Yes,
reasons, recording of reasons should be on the file, not in the arrest memo.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, visualize how this must have happened. So this is now you tell me, is this a case law we can quote anywhere? No. Rajneesh Jain judgment does not apply to us because DGGI.
Yes, sir.
Rajneesh Jain does not apply in this case because in Rajneesh Jain there was no warrant. In our case, there is a warrant. Then what will happen to this case law?
It is not applicable.
So therefore, we should not rush to read case law for as if it is a precedent, because here it is very clear. There is no precedent here.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. And
to be very careful when we are bringing case law.
Yes, sir. I was just trying to read, sir. So I'll definitely look into that, sir.
No, in these kinds of decisions, when we read, we should do a little bit of analyzing what could have been the background for the facts to become like this.
Yes. So frankly speaking, few case laws I did not read in detail, sir. So I'm just trying to bring for the discussion.
MMT, we should all read understand how this works, because MNC company MD got CEO was arrested now.
Yes, sir. Because of yes, sir. So basically, I think this is a decision of service tax, sir. Because in service tax, we had a provision where they said that arrest has to be made only after the adjudication proceedings. But similar provision is not there under the GST law, sir. So I think this may not hold good in the GST law.
No, the principles in MMT is still applicable. Still applicable.
Okay, sir. So, sir, there they have stated that arrest investigation and assessment of service tax was equated arresting before completion of it. But why they have not brought similar, sir? And even in VAT also, I was saying there was no such specific section itself for arrest, sir.
So in that they could not arrest. So, so Allah, that is why all these illegal things were going on. No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
now,
yes. But now, at least in the GST, they are I was just trying to read whether they can do before without adjudication. So looking.
What do you think?
According to me, yes, sir.
Of course they can do.
So, but I was just trying to see how they were saying that without adjudication. So in this Jayachandran Alloy's case, they are only my doubt when I was reading this, sir. They are saying commit. They have referred the commit. Is it not correct? It is not correct, no, sir. Because they are saying the commit clarifies the act of committal of the offense is to be fixed before punishment is imposed. So is this commit they are reading from the 132 one, sir? Commit. So that is not applicable, sir. So this I don't agree. Because they says act of committal of the offense to be fixed before punishment is imposed. So
what are you saying?
Commitments, is it something I have to adjudicate, or is it something I have to
Not adjudicate.
Adjudicate, yes.
The trial court will decide whether he has committed, but the allegation is that he has committed, no?
Yeah, okay. Because this was contradicting with the Raman Reddy case, sir.
No, I don't think there's any contradiction. Commits. If the allegation, you see, we have to read the private complaint. 191A complaint that is given has to be read to understand what are they saying. He's not maintaining books, so he never gave documents during audit, he gave summons, he never submitted records. All that is okay. But does it show that he has committed any of the primary offenses?
Okay. Okay, sir. So that's what this Raman, because in Raman Reddy, it is very clearly says that can be launched, it is going contrary, like it is going contrary to MM, and it is saying that it can be launched even prior to the adjudication.
Of course, it will be launched prior to also. It is not necessarily subsequent only. But is it necessary to launch quickly?
Not quickly, sir, but
any limitation for prosecution?
No limitation, sir.
After 10 years also they can start 132?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes or no, na?
Yes, sir.
So after 10 years also, if they can start prosecution, then what is the urgency to start prosecution? Will be one of the grounds in the bail.
Okay.
Correct now?
Yes, sir.
So notice of that.
Okay, sir. So this was and this was
one doubt.
Yes, sir.
Sir, when we are saying after 10 years also 132 can be launched, and we are saying that adjudication is not priority, demand itself will not sustain, sir, after 10
exactly
years.
These are all that is why when officer says, hey, arrest ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, you don't have, nobody, taxpayer need not worry, because you see what's going on. You see what's going on. There is a question of being afraid of what officer will do, because we know officer cannot do anything. We are simply getting tensed.
Got it.
Sir, even this during the summons proceedings also, sir, like they are saying, sir, nimge arrest ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. So a few of them they will.
Yeah, CTO.
CTO.
CTO ಗಳೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕೋದು. CTD ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ CTD ಗಳು ಹರಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ.
So one of the case, he was threatening the client and saying, I'll arrest you because it was exceeding 5 crore. So superintendent saying, if you pay this much, then I will, all that things he was talking with them. So I was just, during this summer proceeding itself, they were trying. So I was just trying to read even this Chudamani also, sir. So here it's a different, but in that case, during summons itself, they are doing, that is not correct, sir. So they have to complete the summons proceedings, and then they can go for this prosecution. But
you're right.
Yeah, so that was one thing. And this case was referring whether anticipatory bail can be filed like advance. So they are saying it is a statutory power to arrest is a statutory incorrect, and accordingly they cannot interfere with this power. So this is not go take benefit of anticipatory bail during summons. So this was only some few things I was able to learn on this arrest, sir. And I was learning this today morning. I was just preparing, reading this case law. So I was able to read this, the new term of writ of habeas corpus, sir. So I thought I will just add it in the slide. So it's a fundamental right in the Constitution that protect against unlawful and indefinite imprisonment.
I didn't understand, but okay, proceed.
It is something, a new term which I learned today, sir.
Habeas corpus. Okay.
Habeas corpus, sir. So morning while I was reading this, I thought I'll just add it in. It was discussed in one of the judgment of Mandip Diwan versus Deputy Director General of GST Intelligence. So where they said that it is not maintainable, it is not applicable.
Do not independence. You should read that Against what's a judgment?
Which one, sir? Recent.
K. Karunakaran.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That judgment you should read about habeas corpus.
Okay, sir. I'll read. That is one, and this was the thing, and I was just reading. Basically, we see that arrest memo, no, sir. So it is a very crucial component, and if magistrate finds that it is absent or it is not filled correctly, even on that ground also they can safeguard, no, sir, against that arrest. So like this is a format of arrest memo which is been specified. So if it is incomplete or not filled properly or not containing the contents as required, then even that can also be the one of the ground for safeguarding against illegal arrest. So this I was just trying to read in one of the decision of immolation. So I have to read that in detail. It was only just reference. I thought I'll bring it. So otherwise, one more, this article 22 of this constitution, which is one of the article which gives the fundamental rights to every person, the person who has been arrested. So he has to be informed as soon as maybe the grounds of arrest. And he will be like here the principles are given in D.K. Basu versus State of Bengal. I think based on this decision only, I think they brought this instruction as a 2/2223. Because they are referring Honorable Supreme Court. This D.K. Basu case or Ramana Reddy case they have referred, right?
D.K. Basu.
D.K. Basu. So that's what this were certain brief. I thought I will just read out before I conclude on this topic. So they say that it is from the perspective of arresting officer, but he should be an accurate, clear and visible identification with their name and designation. I was reading in one of the para of Jatin sir book also. They said that first identity is very important of the person who has to be arrested. And then second is arrest memo. It should be signed by one of the relative or respectable person of the locally and countersigned by the arrestee. It should contain the date and time of arrest, and arrested person will have the right to inform his relatives or friend. This is from the 41B of CRPC or any. Then if the relative is out of station, time, place and venue of custody must be informed within 8 to 12 hours telegraphically. I think this may not applicable. Now they can do it through online. Then arrestee should be subjected to medical examinations and should be allowed to meet his lawyer during interrogation, but not throughout the interrogation. So this is one more aspect. And copy of all the documents, including the arrest memo, should be sent to the magistrate, and police control room should have the information regarding arrest and place of custody. So all this, few of the grounds which were there in the D.K. Basu case has been brought in this instruction also. So I will not read much in detail because this one para is very important, I found, sir, in that where they have referred, and I think this has to be followed by the respective officer also. So these are the conditions. So this is the aspect. So only I was able to touch upon this aspect, sir. So any questions? Sir, anything content from anything I missed out, sir, or anything I have to add up, sir?
No, nothing, madam.
Yes.
Madam, in case of companies, who is the person responsible and who will get arrested?
137 is clear on that, no? 137 of GST Act has specified the directors who is responsible for that offense. So if you read 137, it has stated a company in the case of where an offense is committed by a person under the act is company, then every person who at the time of offense was committed was responsible to the company for the conduct of business of company, as well as the company shall be deemed to be guilty of the offense. So
it is like there is a CFO, managing director is there, other executive directors are there. So every person would be treated.
Yes.
And let's say finance manager is made as authorized signatory.
Yes, but if he is involved in that, then definitely he will be liable to be proceeded. No? That is what even 137B also says.
If it is involved means, do we need to wait till everything is proved, guilt is proved?
Because they say that notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1, I'll just read for our understanding, wherein an offense under this act has been committed by a company and it is proved they are using the word, where they say that it is proved that the offense has been committed with the consent or convenience of or is attributable to any negligence on the part of any director, manager, secretary, all that, or any officer of the company. Then such director, manager, secretary, or any other officer shall also be deemed to be guilty of that offense. So it should be proved actually.
Okay, so for one offense, then everyone will also be under bar.
Yes.
Okay.
But if there is also a clause at the end where they say that if he's able to prove that it was exercised with the due diligence and there was no intention, all that if he can prove, then I think he can escape from that. But that is what 4 also says. Notwithstanding anything contained, they say that any person liable for punishment, if he proves that offense was committed without his knowledge or he has exercised all due diligence to prevent, then I think based on that he can. Otherwise, he will be liable for punishment. Right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Madam Sujata madam has put a question, technical for me.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Sujata madam, you can ask.
Basic question, what I have raised, probably not towards.
I just read in chat box. So one second.
Sir can. Yes, I understand. Section 9 of CPC, it says whenever you have a special law, you go to CRPC. But why is that? I mean, it's just a basic question. When there is a remand or arrest for any, civil offences, why should it be referred to CRPC? In that new act, BNS 2023, whether have they introduced anything similar provisions for civil procedure code? Similar to that, how we have in CRPC, similar provisions are there, so that the civil offense and criminal offense are not totally different. Is there anything like that, sir?
Madam, you're asking interesting question. So you want to know about BNS or you want to know about GST?
Sir, in GST, refers to CRPC, sir, I understand.
Now, after July 2024, what will happen to this reference you're saying?
Will there be? Yeah.
Then General Clause Act very clearly says that whenever the referred statute has been modified or replaced,
Yes.
then all references to the earlier statute must be read as if it makes reference to the replaced statute.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hmm.
So it will be that BNSS.
So throughout we have to read it as that after July.
Okay.
By the time of July, what will happen, we don't know.
Okay. So my question is that in the old CPC, we did not have similar provisions for civil offenses. Correct, no, sir. That's the reason why we are falling back on CRPC. But
no. Under the CPC of 1908, GST notice is nothing but a civil suit. Suit is filed by the complainant. Complainant is the state.
Correct, sir.
So this is a civil suit. GST is a special law dealing with special type of civil suits. So generally a specialibus non est derogant. So therefore, the special law will apply and not CPC. But wherever required, the general law can be referred as regards the due diligence to be done.
Sorry.
Correct, no?
Okay, sir. For example, if somebody is under Negotiable Instrument Act, he has, defaulted. If that be the case, if arrest provisions are to be invoked, where will he put into jail? Whether will he go to...
Which is the cause of action? Cause of action under GST law 132 will trigger. Cause of action under NI Act, NI Act 138 will trigger.
Yes, sir. If that be the case, in case of any arrest for that matter, where is he prosecuted under?
So now we have to examine whether there is going to be a transfer of file from JMFC to the trial court which is conducting, see whichever court, now if we talk about hierarchy of courts, take an example, there is a superintendent who is dealing with one show cause notice, there is an additional commissioner who is dealing with another show cause notice, same issue. What will happen? You will ask him to transfer the file from superintendent to ADC, no? So between the trial court and JMFC, trial court is a superior court, so it will go there. The one who is handling NI matter will also handle GST matters. Does it address your question, madam?
Sir, why both are equated in the same parlance, sir? Why can't they?
Because they are two different legislations.
Okay. In everywhere, all over the world, this is how it is followed, sir. Is this how it works?
Madam, other countries of the world question you're asking.
No, I am just thinking, sir. If somebody is.
On Tuesday morning, your question is in Germany, how criminal law operates.
If somebody commits, say, for a fictitious invoice, if he's asked to sit in a Parapana Agrahara, is it a fair? I mean, I'm just asking the basic thing. This is how everywhere in the world happens, or only in India?
No, I don't know. All the experts in our study group who keep quoting European VAT, they should answer.
No, but what is your question, madam?
Sir, why is it treated in case they are calling, decriminalization, this, that, but ultimately.
No, again, you're going outside the law, you're discussing something at the KSCA level. You discuss in study circle level. What is there in study circle to discuss about what happened or decrim? I don't know. I don't understand what it is. How is it relevant in the context?
Nothing, sir. Just my doubt. She can proceed.
No, I don't even understand the question. I'm not in a position to offer you any possible answer.
Sir, one more issue is raised also that whether arrest can be done in case if there is a matter of interpretation of law. I think this was also one of the issue which we were able to see during the summons, like whether it is liable to tax at 18%, 5%. So I think the circular is very beautifully they have clarified, sir. It should not be resorted to a case of technical nature if there is a difference of opinion regarding interpretation of law.
No, you also. What is your question, madam?
No, here in some chat box they have asked a question, so I thought I'll answer on that as well. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yara on the chat box, sir?
Some question I was able to read out, so that's why.
Who is the person? Ganesh, huh?
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ ಕೇಳ್ದು ಅರಲ್ಲ
difficult question Ganesh.
So that was one aspect, sir. Otherwise,
what is your question?
No, sir. SSC held a transaction as exempt. Now the department is saying it is taxable. And given that it becomes taxable, the levy becomes enormous. Can they invoke 132 in this matter? While the returns, everything were filed as exempt.
Can we say that 132 should not be invoked in all such cases as a blanket rule?
We can know, sir, because here.
Just because it is reported in GSTR 9, can we say that therefore by reporting in GSTR 9 you are immune? Sir, all the fake bill fellows.
No, I am not saying that I am immune to liability. I am only saying I am immune for arrest provisions.
Yeah. Sir, all fake bill people, they do their paperwork perfectly, no?
Okay.
So their fake bill cases, paperwork will be perfect. Issues invoice without supply of goods, invoice upload, download, matching, reaching, everything is over.
Correct.
Now there is no debate about rate of tax, no. Now the debate is about where is the goods which you are claiming to have supplied.
When it is subject to the interpretation of law, where is the question of intention to evade is
No, here look at the ingredients of 132. Everything is fake. No interpretation of law. There only
Okay.
interpretation of fact.
Hmm.
If it is interpretation of law, there is no 132.
Okay. Got it.
So that means audit detection can also lead to arrest, sir.
Huh?
That means audit detection can also lead to arrest.
Audit detection is not immune from progressing into arrest.
Hmm.
So my explanation which I have offered for exemption, so he would say that this is a false information to evade the tax, hence I am arresting.
False information covered under which clause of 131? Tell me.
F.
Is it covered by ABCD to take action? No.
Okay. Yeah. No. Correct. Correct. Got it. Yeah, my bad. Correct. That's all, madam.
Yes. Any other question?
Anticipatory bail. When does somebody apply for it? When do we get the anticipatory bail?
Hello.
Yeah.
Deepak,
Deepak
let
is
us-
asking about anticipatory bail, madam.
Huh? Anticipatory bail, huh? What is the question? Hello.
Yeah. So I was asking, when would one apply for anticipatory bail and how long is it valid for?
Doesn't say can you?
Deepak, ಏನು question? When to apply for anticipatory bail? When you anticipate arrest?
Why will the authority give an anticipatory
Your voice is really ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ with underwater worshipping in temple. ಏನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾರ ದೀಪಕ್? Hello?
I think we can.
network?
Sir, generally, summons proceedings at that point only we go for anticipatory bail, sir. Generally.
We cannot say when, see, to even go for 438, you have to show to the court that it is not a confusion that somebody may be arrested. There must be a real verifiable belief that a person may be arrested. How to do that? Department has given summons. Person goes and applies for anticipatory bail. Court asks the department, are you planning to arrest this person? Court said, no, my lord, our chance illa. We are not, nobody's planning to arrest him. Then anticipatory bail petition will be dismissed.
Okay.
So you need to have sufficient facts to give a reliable suspicion that a person may be arrested. Then only this can.
Okay.
Yes, sir, that was a question. And once it is granted, then we'll have to prove a lot of things, right? Why should the authority give anticipatory bail itself?
Anticipatory bail, because the whole idea is that personal liberty should not be lightly deprived. Person first has to prove that there is a very real possibility that he may be arrested. Next, he must show that there is no reason to be arrested because either investigation is complete, search has been conducted, all the material has been taken, payment has been made, cooperation extended, regular summons attended. And he can give further assurance to court that he will surrender his passport and not travel anywhere in the country and be available for further investigation. Applying for anticipatory bail is highly detrimental to a case. You got it? Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions so that we can conclude? All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think we'll conclude for today. It's 9:40. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you,
Yeah.
Jatin sir.
Thank you.
And, everyone requests you to be prepared for the session. I'll post upcoming sessions so that you can be informed about the session. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you.